You would love to know what is my most memorable day. Well, so many days came which I can't forget, but one day which is really special for me, because in that particular day I had both. I had both shock and elation. Elation means happiness, sudden happiness. So it is around 17 to 18 years back. I was relatively a very, young, energetic, enthusiastic, irresponsible, and just like other young boys, I was like that. So my father ordered that day, you got to drop your nieces at Visakhapatnam by train. So I was ready, and my nieces, as you guys and girls are much naughty with me, in the same way my nieces are so naughty, mischievous, crack jokes and make a lot of fun out of me. They still are. So we are ready to go. We were ready to go, of course. So we boarded on a train, Link Express from Raipur. We boarded on train, and as Nidhi, the elder one, she was of 7 years, and Pooja, she was of 5.5 years of age. And they were so naughty, as I said. They were running from pillar to post in the bogie. They were running from one place to other place, and the train was still moving. I really had a lot of scare that they might fall from the train and so on. So it was hard time for me to control them. But anyways, at night they slept after dinner, and I was feeling so calm and composed. But in the morning, when we reached at Vijayanagaram station, it is closer to Visakhapatnam, just 1 hour before, 1.5 hour before, we reached, and fortunately, unfortunately, whatever you can say, the train stopped just beyond the main platform. It stretched to the little far from the main platform, and my nieces, as usual, they were making a lot of, stubborn activities by saying that we need to have some kurkures and this and that. I was puzzled what to do and what not to do, because the train was not stopped just onto the platform. I had to get down, I had to go to the platform and purchase all these things, and train would have stopped only for 10 to 15 minutes. Since they were so stubborn and obstinate, I got down. I was puzzled, I was fed up, and I got down, I went, and I was busy purchasing. Suddenly I heard a whistling sound of train. So I thought it is just as usual, but the train was slowly moving. When the train was moving, I ran behind the train, but I couldn't catch it. The train moved, it left. So I was at my fix, I was at my wits, and what should I do now? I had so many things haunting in my mind, like the train was almost empty because it is closer to the destiny. As you close to the destiny, the number of passengers will be less. So I rushed to the station master. I asked, this has happened, what should I do now? He actually reprimanded me a lot by saying that you are such a reckless fellow. Mature, still you are kidding in life. So he suggested me, okay, do one thing, I'll make a call to the next station master. As soon as they reach to the next station, they will get them down and hold in their custody. And meanwhile, you just take a taxi and reach to the station as soon as possible. I ran utterly, I flown into the outstation, and I reached to the taxi driver. I said, taxi driver, whatever you want to charge, you charge me, but let me reach to the next station in half an hour time. He said, okay. And we reached there, and when we reached there, the train was not arrived at that particular station. Might be because of faults, might be because of crossing, whatever might be the situation there. I waited at the station and I didn't see anybody. But suddenly, when I heard a very familiar noise, Mamu. So, I mean, before that word, I was almost, in a subconscious way. I lost my consciousness. My mind was not working properly. What should I give the answer to my sister and my brother-in-law? And they had some gold ornaments and they might have been snatched by somebody. So I really was very much upset. I was live, but I was dead. But when I heard the noise, Mamu, it was the most melodious voice I have ever heard. I was at my top of the world, right? And one knee, she came and she hugged me very tightly that I was unable to breathe properly. The other knee, she came and sat on my head almost. And we were so happy. We three were very, very happy. They were at the same kind of mental condition as I was in. And the taxi driver, having taken money from me, he was almost leaving from the site. But I told, hold, we will go to Visakhapatnam on your taxi. We sat on the taxi, we reached at the spot, and my sister said, she was laughing, of course, she was not reprimanding me, she was laughing, you remain as usual, you are so careless and all. My brother-in-law, he still makes a joy out of this. He points out me that you were so careless like that. So this is how the things happen and turns as a turn-eater. And the few moments before I was very scared, upset, disappointment and disheartened. But the very next moment when I got them back, it was a moment of delight and absolutely heavenly feeling I had. So this is how I had a memorable day of my life. I hope you understood this.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.